welcome to another episode of Corgi Town USA. I am Candy. In my lap is Chuckles, our spokescork.
And I'm Catherine, and just outside the door, because
We shut them out this time.
We shut them out this time is my little Digby and my honorary Corgi, Indy.
And of course, Mortimer Barnabas and Booger, the little lady.
Yeah.
And little Tito Bandito is in his crate because he's still very much puppy and likes to get into all the things. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. We have a new episode every week of Corgi, all things Corgi and pet tolerant lifestyle, training, grooming, health of the breed. We also like to just bring you pertinent information when it comes to health, and also organizations that do things that make our lives and our pets' lives safer,
and bring awareness to. So often we've had guests that bring awareness to things that I never thought of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we don't want to scare you. We just want you to be aware.
Yeah. Learn the things.
So
learn the things. Yes. So we typically will lose equipment mid-broadcast because we have frapping corgis.
I don't think so today.
Yeah. So this is why we don't have our pups in the studio. Typically we do every week, but we had to do a lot of rebuilding, replugging in, and resetting. So we said, okay, you guys go frap out there.
Yeah. They're sitting outside the door, and they'll just, as soon as we open it,
much to their chagrin,
they'll just be like, "Why'd you leave us?"
Oh yeah, much to their chagrin.
Horrible.
Yes. How dare we?
How dare we? Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, so
we have a wonderful guest today.
We do have a wonderful guest. Her name is Julie Kessler. She's here with Oakley's Oak. Should we bring her in?
Yes, let's do that.
Hi, Julie. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for joining us so much. And we're looking forward to learning so much from you. And if you can just tell our listener or viewer about Oakley's Oath and how you got started.
Okay. About 3 years ago, I had a roofer at my home who didn't tell me they were going to put a plastic tarp on my pool. And my 3 dogs, I let out to go potty like normal. No one ever showed interest in the pool. But unbeknownst to me, the roofer had put a little plastic tarp on our pool. And so the pool looked different to Oakley, who was almost 15. So he unfortunately fell in the pool. I jumped in to grab him with my purse, my phone, grabbed him, told the contractors, oh my gosh, my dog fell in the pool, rushed him to the vet. It was during COVID, and I wasn't allowed to go in. And about 2 minutes later, the vet and the vet tech come out, and I'm like, don't tell me. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. They told me what I didn't want to hear. And I was so distraught that one of the vet tech said to me, I'm not letting you drive home. So she drove me home.
Oh, wonderful.
She's like, no way. So she took me in my car, didn't know where to go. I tried to tell her where I lived, my distraught frame of mind. And then I had another neighbor who came to my house who helped me get my life together, get a new phone, whatever. So I just appreciated all the gratefulness while I couldn't even think straight. But I will tell you, I think that day I said to myself, this cannot happen to another family. Mine was about a roof, a pool, and a dog, but there was no communication. I had no idea that my roof would have anything to do with my pool. And had we communicated, I would have made a different decision. So that's the gist of it. That's how Oakley's Oath was started. And Oakley was named after sunglasses because my husband's an eye doctor. So Oakley's Oath, keeping families safe when contractors come to our home, was born that day.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for your loss of Oakley. That's awful. And that whole experience is incredibly traumatic.
Yes. Thank you.
But I'm glad you're out here doing the work in Oakley's memory. That's the best way to honor your baby. Tell us, so how is it that what does Oakley's Oath do? So how do you support the community? What is your mission statement? What are you out here doing?
Okay, so basically, we decide our mission is kind of two-pronged. I mean, it's basically to educate families and contractors in our homes, and just provide proactive communication and easily implemented guidelines that empower awareness for keeping our children, our families safe. And it could be a visitor coming, just people safe in the home. And it's kind of, like I said, it's two-prong. Contractors, we've spoken with many contractors. We are going to their facility. That's our plan to promote like an Oakley's Oath awareness, like during their
Yeah.
programming. So companies can be Oakley's Oath approved, meaning we care about taking care of the people and animals in your house first, and second, doing a great job.
Oh, I love that. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And so how do you do this specifically? So do you have like basic guideline sheets and you share with those? Can you give us a little bit of those details?
Yeah. Basically what we do is we do have, I'm going to show you like a brochure.
Sure.
We've got one for contractors and one for service providers. And they're just some basic guidelines, like just making sure, like when a contractor comes to your house, let's talk about what we're going to do with your home. Tell me about your family so we can or the people in your home, so we can make informed decisions. Like we're going to be making loud noises. We're going to put chemicals in your house. I would suggest you watch small children and pets. Can you, put them in a place where they're not going to get to the chemicals, if an exterminator comes.
Right. Yeah.
So we have, and it's on our website, our oakleys.com. It's also on our website, but just basic things. Like I said, if the roofer would have told me we're going to put a tarp on your pool, I know I would have made a different decision. So when a contractor, even like maybe a dog watcher comes to your home, any type of, it's not just a roofer, it's not just an exterminator, just anyone that comes to your home, like a property manager. Your home becomes a hazard because different things happen that wouldn't normally happen in the home. And so what we're trying to do is prevent avoidable accidents with clear communication and education.
Oh man, that's great. Thank you for doing that.
I remember years ago, I went up to Canada for vacation, visit the family. And so for those 2 weeks, we had a lot of work done in the house.
Mhm.
And I sat down with the contractor because I also had cats at the time, just cats.
Crazy cat lady.
That was what I was aspiring to. I still will. And so we had the cat sitter come over, and she knows all of the cats, has always been there. And the contractor had to let the contractor know, if this door stays open, they will go out. They are not outdoor cats. We live on South Mountain, which is absolutely open desert and all kinds of critters.
Coyotes and bobcats and rattlesnakes.
Oh my.
Yeah.
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 And everything. Everything.
Yes.
And we had to have that communication. And still you find the employees or whatever keeping the door open. It is something that needs to be trained into anyone who comes into your home. And our animals are such creatures of habit too.
Mm-hmm.
So if something is odd, it's like, oh, what's going on? Oh, I want to go. I want to be in the middle.
Change of routine, like plastic being over the pool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And these are things that this is so important because it's a perspective that we don't consider. When we take our dogs with us on vacation, we have some certain steadfasts, right? Like if we're going to go to the ocean, everybody gets their life vest. I pack those, that kind of thing. I always have like a pop-up pen in case we find ourselves in a situation where I can't hold them on the leash and they might wander off because they're excited, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These things, I'm a psycho mom, as you know, so I'm trying to think of all the things. But these are things that you might not think about that being different and about something someone could make like a mistake. The contractor leaving the door open it's not a mistake. They just need to come run something. They're going to run back in. That's not necessarily a mistake, but in that context it is, because that's not something your cats are used to. They're used to that door being closed and mindfully closed because the people that live in the home know.
Right. And
so
it's all
like the prevent pet suffocation that we had on the podcast.
We did that.
That's the chip bags. The chip bags, animals suffocate in chip bags all the time. And people don't realize, right? People don't realize that, especially if you have kids or if they have friends over and they have some potato chips and then they leave it on the coffee table or the end table. It's enough where your furry friend can get into it. And if they get in that bag, grown men can't pull it off their head. They suffocate because it creates a vacuum.
Yep.
So from this experience, unfortunately, that founder, she found her puppy passed away after getting into a chip bag that was left somewhere where they could get to it. It had a clip on it, but they're very industrious when they want something, right? But this example I bring up because this is one of those things. If you have dog sitters, you have friends over, like if you have chips, I tell everybody, if I have a dog sitter, I'm like, if you're going to eat snacks, put them in this plastic container, please cut up the bag and throw it away. Which seems like such a granular description of why is that part of the pet sitting document, but that's why, because of things that you talk about. So this work that you're doing is incredibly valuable.
Thank you so much. And like, I bet you wouldn't have thought about the chip bag before you didn't heard the story.
Never.
Right.
We never did.
Unfortunately, it comes out of tragedy.
Yes.
Someone has to lose. Can you tell us a few examples of what are in these documents? Just a few things that are common that you tell, that you educate?
Absolutely. And just so you know, I'm the kind of person that I did say to the roofer, I always say, pretend like I'm 80 because you guys know your business better than I do. So what do I need to know to prepare for this event? And the person I talked to said, just don't leave your car in the driveway because of the rocks and debris that could hit. I wish a debris would have hit my car, ruined my pool. I have a dog. I have a roof that doesn't leak, but I lost a dog over that. So again, I did ask the question. I just didn't know what to ask. Now, whenever a contractor comes in my home, they do get the story. And, I say, what are you guys going to do? Because no one wants it on their watch either, kind of thing.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
yeah. So some of the tips would be like, are there loud noises? Like there was a loud noise on my roof. And so, our whole house was kind of, we were in disarray because the noises and the dogs were affected. There's just a lot of things going on. So it's hard to think straight with noise going on. Our gate's going to be open, doors going to be open like you talked about. What's your arrival and departure time? So I can prepare my family, the people in my home, my pets, just so we know when you're going to be here and when we can plan. Maybe we'll put the pets in a room or something so they're protected. Just I know it's my responsibility to watch the people and pets in my home, but I need the right information to make an informed decision.
Absolutely.
100%.
And I think, if you talk to any contractor, for the most part, a service provider, so many of them have pets, cats, dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They never even think of it. We didn't think of it with the chip bag. We didn't think of it with, except for the basic, you have cats and you never leave a door open because they want to see what's next.
Sure.
And even the contractors don't think of these things, and they love their animals as much as we love our animals.
Well, and landscapers too, right?
Yes.
So
100%.
we live in Phoenix, and so there's oleander and poison. We just did an episode on poisonous plants with Dr. Sugarman from Vetsplanation. And there's always, if they're coming through and they're chopping up things and they might leave something behind, you need to go make a quick pass around the yard. And the weed killer, which I'm personally not a fan of, I wish they wouldn't use it, but every now and then it does get used here. And so I'll have to go out. What time are you going to be here? I need to know what day so we can plan our potty schedule around that so that they're not anywhere near those chemicals.
Exactly.
Right? Like those types of things. And we actually had an incident with a pooper scooper recently who they spray it's essential oils. It's a pretty benign material, but they spray it on your yard. So it smells nice. It's a nice touch. But my baby Tito is running around trying to grab the guy spraying it. And I actually had to call poison control because at that point he was covered in it.
Yes.
And it was just one of those things that's not something I thought about, because normally by the time they're out spraying, mine are like, oh, they're leaving and they come inside. But the baby's like, what is this exciting thing?
Right.
And then, which thankfully he was okay. He had a little bit of an upset tummy that night, but I had to give him a bath and I had specific instructions. But these are all examples of things that break in routine. Oh, I didn't think about that, right? Like, you're out here doing this work to share with people. Here's your checklist anytime you get work done and you have pets in the home. Can you tell us about some success stories?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I did want to share one thing. I don't know if I said this, but when contractors or people come in your home becomes a hazard because there's not, your schedule changes kind of thing. So just to keep that in mind. But yes, we do. What's very cool is shortly after this happened, someone told me, just put your message out messy, just get it out there. And so what I did is I posted my 10 our safety tips, which have changed because we've learned more and
Evolved.
solidified everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I just put them out there, and someone from next door reached out to me and says, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for your safety tips. We were having a very similar situation where a contractor was in our home, and our dog fell in the pool. She was able to save her dog. She goes, I was extra vigilant because of your tips." So the dog's name is Kona. Kona's on our website, oakleys.com. And she sent me this sweet note that said, "Thank you so much for saving Oakley. I'm sorry, Kona's life. I'm so sorry for what happened to Oakley, but you helped us save Kona's life. And for that, I'm grateful." And I had another situation where there was an exterminator coming to someone's home, and they had one of the cameras, and they saw the gate, that the garage was left open, and the dog ran out, and he had to call his mom to come get the dog. And that was another almost miss as well. We continue to have stories where like people like, "Oh my gosh, I never would have thought of these simple, basic tips." And also people are also reaching out to us like, "Oh my gosh, this happened 10 years ago to me." So we're hearing stories all the time. And I know that this isn't a new problem, but I just know that it's not out there enough, because we're doing our best to prevent avoidable accidents. And like I said, I can't stress enough, simple communication helps to save lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's to think about that. That's you have a before, during, and after process, I'm sure.
Yes.
Before you have your schedule aligned so that you can make certain arrangements, and then during, of course, if there's noise and things, a plan. But then also after. So I would think with roofing, you have to go around and are there any nails that could get stuck in
Yes.
paws? Is there any debris? Is there, before, during, after kind of a thing?
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then, also just older people to keep in mind too, they might step on a nail. Someone could step on a nail. There's so many things that could happen. And we do know accidents happen. They happen on our watch as well, but just less. So we're just hoping with this communication, things will happen less and more lives will be saved.
Yeah.
You mentioned being Oakley's Oath certified. Can you talk a little bit more about that, and how does a company, because I think every company should do it, honestly, but that's just me. How does a company Oakley Oath certify?
I'm going to change the word to approved.
Okay.
Oakley's approved.
Approved.
I
Okay.
apologize for that. So what happens is
That was me. I mess up words. So.
No.
Go ahead.
I do too. But yeah, Oakley's approved. We're working on like a POV approval, meaning, like I was saying, that right, a POV approval.
I love it.
Yeah. So that means we care, like a contractor. That means we care more about keeping your family safe, and second, doing a great job. Because a lot of times I find that I see a lot of advertising. We do a great job. You won't have any leaks in your roof. Okay, but do you care about the people in my home and my pets? That's more important to me. I might even spend more money if someone cares more about my keeping my people safe and pets than just we're gonna do a great job and that's all we care about. So basically, we are talking to contractors. We're going to work on going into like a realtor association, a contractor association. We've
Nice.
spoken with individuals, but we're going to work on a meeting with bigger groups. And, a lot of times they'll have safety meetings, and we'll be part of the safety meeting. And we'll have our presentation, which is about like 20 minutes or so. And we'll go over our safety tips and how they can be more safety conscious. And then they can put on their website, we've got Oakley's stamp of approval, POV approval. And then we'll have them on our website. We're also going to have people, approved companies that care about home, people in homes and animals first.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing with a lot. And I was going to tell you also another area is like realtors, when they have an open house.
Yeah.
People will leave their animals, and then they have to worry, did the cat get out while I'm trying to show a home? So there's a lot of relationship building and that as well.
And two, for the safety and comfort of the pets. I'm a dog trainer. So if there are a bunch of people coming in and out of a house and you have a dog that maybe is not too keen to strangers, they can act out of routine due to stress, hiding somewhere that's hard to get them out of, or running off somewhere, or being somewhere, or getting exposed to something that they wouldn't either.
100%. And, you know, kind of to your point, we also want to keep the contractor safe. We don't want the dog
Sure.
to bite the contractor because they're scared. So the communication works both ways.
Or bark at them where they can't
Yes.
focus and
Right.
all
right.
of those things.
Everybody, pet, person, everybody, when our routine is disrupted, even the slightest, we get a little, okay, what, your brain, I mean, I'm a hypnotherapist, an NLP, your brain has a program.
Neural
And
pathways, right?
the neural pathways, the programming of our brain. And when we set that program off, we, in a less than a nanosecond, we have to look for the other program that corresponds with this thing that happened. Because we go about our lives like la 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 la, and then we have to correspond with that's how
Is that
I do
how
it.
I'm going about
That's
my
how I no, that's me. And we in a blink of an eye have to find that program, and that's the moment that okay, wait, okay, got it. And it's not even that long, and there's things that can go wrong in that moment.
and hazards. My first puppy, my first Corgi Lilo, got a hold of rat poison when he
Oh,
was a
yes.
puppy, and thankfully, quick action, and we saved him, and he was good, and had him for 15 beautiful years. But he was about 6 months old, and I had roommates, and I was moving, and there was some old that was tucked away in a closet somewhere, and they decided to rearrange since I was moving, and I had left him there long enough, and they had watched him plenty of times to go move some things. And when I came back, they said, "Oh, he had a rat poison box," and I said, "Excuse me, what?"
Oh,
Yes.
And I said, "Well, we don't think he got into it." "What do you mean you don't think he got
Think.
into it?" This just became a serious conversation, which thank God you remember to tell me.
Yes.
And because we knew that there was a risk and we addressed it, that we were okay. But these are some examples of that.
Yes.
In any time we deal with so many chemicals and materials that are hazardous to both man and beast.
Yes.
And that's why we have OSHA, and that's why we have guidelines on how to handle. And this is just adding a layer to that.
The awareness.
100%, yeah.
I will share also in the description box about Oakley, so the links to go to, but also some other past references. We did the episode with the representative from CPR for Pets. And so there's one for there as well in case you need that. They have certifications for
Staying Alive LLC. I love the name.
For learning CPR, and then also the prevent pet suffocation. So these are all sort of in kind, keeping everyone safe and happy and healthy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I am also a dog trainer. I'll give everybody a quick hack. We teach emergency recall, and we're doing this with Digby.
Yeah.
And it's where you can go out on a long line. It's good with distractions. Once you have a reliable recall, if they come to you with your name. But if you practice somewhere in public with distractions, take a long line. Think of an emergency recall word. What was Digby's word?
Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Today's
Vader.
Star Wars Day.
You can get creative with it as long as you remember it if you need it in emergency.
Mm-hmm.
But we use that word in conjunction with very high value reward. So chicken or hot dogs or bacon's the only time they get this yummy, yummy, yummy treat, because the idea is if they ever get away from you like this, the garage was open with the contractor that visited. Vader, oh, that means bacon. I'm on my way back, right?
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. So
Yes.
there's a little hack for you to practice. It does take, you always want to practice on a leash for safety, but a little bit of distance. You want them to be successful, but you just want them to get used to that word means that you get a super high value reward. And anybody can reach out to me if you have further questions on that, but that's a great activity as well, just in case they do get away from you.
It is. And he comes, he does come with the
He knows
Vader.
what Vader means.
He knows what it means.
Yummy bacon.
Yes.
I love that. And I learned something new. So thank you.
My pleasure. We learned a lot from you. So can you tell us what challenges you have in Oakley Zoo?
Yes. Starting the nonprofit, this was my mission by chance, not by choice. So I'm like, okay, yes, I just want to start Oakley's Oath, keeping families safe. We're just going to get our message out there. Oh no, there's so much more than just that.
Yes.
First of all, I'm not even a detail person. So that's something, because to start a nonprofit, you got to be a detail person.
Oof, yep.
So
oof, it's daunting.
Oh, it is daunting.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm grateful for is there's so many people that have come to help us. We know we have a friend that does nonprofit work and has been doing this for probably 7 years. And she's like, I am happy to tell you my pitfalls because just happy to help because so many people help me. And we actually want to do the same as well. Anyone we can help. But paperwork, we're at 501c3, just the paperwork with that, just keeping track with spending and all this kind of stuff, all these things I'm not good at, but I have an amazing team. Just kind of spending money in areas where we thought would work, then didn't work. Do we have, what kind of events do we have? What kind of pop-up event? There's just like a lot of things that Monday morning quarterback were like, oh, we probably didn't need to do that. We've got to do this first. And so,
minutia, the things that
yes.
keep us busy. Yes.
Yes. And I have an amazing team behind me that, it's just amazing how I feel like they care about Oakley's Oath as much as I do. And it's just beautiful. The people out there like, wow, this is amazing and so unique. And I'm like, it really shouldn't be. This should have come up a long time ago because this has happened a long time ago. But I'm the face of it. I'm doing my best to turn my pain into a purpose and help people save lives. And that's what keeps me going all the time. Even when we're like, are we getting anywhere? Are we making a difference? And then we know that we are. We know we are. It takes a person at a time, a situation at a time. You guys found us. We're so touched by that. We're just grateful for all the help that we're getting. And we want to give back and help other people too. It's not just about helping Oakley's Oath. It takes a village. And we want to do whatever we can to help you guys as well, or just whatever, to help with your messages. And those are very important. If we're all, we all have to help each other out. That's what I'm finding. And people are open to helping us and we're open to helping other people out. So that's kind of where we're at, and just living and learning every day and doing our best to make a difference. And when you know better, you do better and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, we certainly appreciate you for it.
Thank
and you are correct about all of the daunting paperwork and minutia task of nonprofit. Yes. We serve on the board for Shade Out DM, which is a nonprofit for degenerative myelopathy awareness. And Tani, who's the founder, I support her when I can with other things. Look, I'm really good at philosophizing, but any real world skills, you're going to kick me in the way in a zombie apocalypse because I have none of those. So, as far as the things that really take a lot of brain power of the paperwork, I'm like, I'm so glad you do all that. There's no way my neurodivergency will focus enough. So you are correct. I've seen it. That is a true story.
Yes.
But we don't want to keep you all night. I'm sure we could. There's lots to talk about. But before we let you enjoy the rest of your evening, please tell us how we can support. Let's do a call to action. How can we support Oakley's Oath?
I appreciate your asking. We would love if people would follow us on social media, Oakley's Oath. We have we've got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Please like our pages. If you want to go on oakleysoath.com, there's a lot about events that we're doing, that we're partnering with. We have an education platform that we're working on, going to the contractors. Also, we're working with families as well. And we meet them on families and people in our communities with pets and without. There's still things that can happen both ways.
Sure. Children, elderly,
as much as I'm a crazy dog mom, like you guys probably are too.
We are.
Amen. Right. I'm glad that it happened to Oakley. It could have happened to a child. So Oakley unfortunately took one for the team. Painful, but we just want to, like I said, just make a difference. And I'd love to be the Monday morning quarterback and do something different, but I can't. So helping others fills my cup.
And this is making sure that Oakley's loss is not in vain.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's why I'm like, this couldn't have been Oakley's end to his story. So I get to talk to him every day. I talk about him and to him every day. And I see signs every day about him. And it just makes me feel so good. Like we just had an event recently, and there was a dog named Oakley who came to our event. Aww. So just things like that. And it's just beautiful. The community that we've found. And now you guys, we can add you to our community. We love collecting good people, we like to say. But just back on that is like just going to our website. We're working on our education for like homeowner associations, homeowners, contractors. We definitely need financial support. We definitely need volunteers that want to help us in all these projects. We're still pretty green. We're open to new ideas. We pivot every day. We hit roadblocks every day.
Sure.
And yeah, just if you guys want to go to, if whoever wants to go to oakleysoath.com, there's a donation button there. And also, I was going to say, if you guys wanted to get involved too, people can reach out to Facebook. They can direct message us on Facebook, Instagram. Oakley at oakleysoath.com is also a way to reach out to us. So we are just grateful for any kind of support, volunteerism, donations, whatever. So
And
we can
please
make a difference.
please spell, it's Oakley's Oath, Ley. If you can still, please spell that for our listeners. We have quite a few listeners. They listen more than watch. I will share the links on how to find you in the description box of both the YouTube channel as well as on our audios. But can you please spell for those listening?
100%. Yeah. Oakley, like in Oakley sunglasses. OAKLEYS. OATH, oakleysoath.com.
Perfect.
And any of our,
I made you think about that, didn't I? It's like taking a sobriety test.
yeah, yeah, I have to think about it, but yeah, but so anything, if you want to look up Oakley's Oath, you'll see it. We've got stories. We've been on the news. We're just trying to get our message across. I'd love to get, on the Today Show, People Magazine. This is a international situation for us to save lives. So
Of course. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. Thank you for everything. And thank you for caring. And thank you for all you guys do.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's our why. So,
It's our why.
well, you have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will be sure and help get the word out.
Thank
Yes.
you. And we'll continue to stay in touch, but thanks for everything. We appreciate the gift of your time.
Likewise. Okay.
Take care.
Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Well, again, we hope you found this helpful. We will share those links in the description box. Meanwhile, Candy with Chuckles in her lap,
And the rest of them out the door.
Tito in his crate,
Tito and his crate. And
Catherine no longer surly because we fed her.
yes, no longer surly because I ate. And
We-
Digby and Indy and all
all the babies.
All the babies.
We hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.